Okay. Yesterday we learned how to sequence. Abi, Oga Lawrence, we're able to sequence activities. Yesterday also we learned also how to populate our resource sheet, isn't it? And also yesterday we also learned how to allocate resources. Our resources we are able to differentiate them. Let me open my resource sheet. So this was the resources that we generated yesterday, isn't it? We're able to differentiate the types of resources. We're able to differentiate the cost, the work, and material. And also, we also spoke about how we appropriate each one of them, how we accrue costs, and so on and so forth. And yesterday also, we also started the allocation of resources, isn't it? Yeah, how you allocate resources to your project activities. So today, we're going to do some costing, and after we've done the costing, then we'll now create what we call a baseline. Yeah. Okay, we'll give to you can drive. No, give to Pastor Omi, please come. Maybe park where she parked. Okay, where she parked. Okay, so as I was saying, these are the things that we learned yesterday. And if you don't allocate resources and you don't know how to put the cost of each resources, there is no way you can do costing. Am I communicating, please? There is no way you can do costing. Now, the things we are doing today that we are going to do, we'll do a proper costing, we'll create a baseline, and also we will pretend as if the project has started. So I'll teach you how to track your activities, to know exactly where the activities are, and also how to generate reports. Is that okay? So once we do that, I think we are good for Microsoft project. That is up to the advanced level. It is now up to you to start practicing. Okay. Let me know if I'm not visible or I'm not audible enough. So let's go back to our Gantt chart. Just go to Gantt chart, and this is where we were yesterday. We were able to allocate these resources, up to here. So let us go to shortlist possible venue. Now, for this particular, how do we allocate resources? Isaac, we've started though. I won't repeat myself. How do we allocate resources for this one? Uncle, there's a class going on, please. See, thank you. Okay. So how do we allocate resources? Daniel, what's the next thing that we should do? We want to allocate resources to shortlist possible venue. What should we do? Joseph, please, you can't be here and be playing with your phone. It's not right. Oh yeah, what should we do now? So please put your phone down. Your phone is not running away. Oh yeah, what should we do? You said assign resources. How do we do that? You go to resources. Yeah, please go to resources, everybody. Go to resources. Who are those guys now? They should, please. Okay. To shortlist possible venues, who are the people that we need based on our resource sheet? Who do we need? And guys, you won't kill those people. Remember, they're just 3 and a half. How many people do we need for that? 2 people. Okay. So allocate 2 event coordinators. So go to look for event coordinators, click on it, assign, then make it 200%. Oga Lawrence. Okay. Have you done that? Okay. Now let's go to shortlist possible vendors. Who do we need for that one? Tofumi. Yeah. Who do we need? How many do we need? Remember. Okay. That is good, sir. How many do we need? 2. Okay. Abi, okay. Two people, Abi. Okay. I'm looking for event coordinators here. Yeah. Why? Okay. Now, preliminary work completed. Who do we assign to for that one? Brad Benga, Mr. Benga. For preliminary work completed, who do we assign? Just look through your resource sheet. I'm even not feeling. Look through your for the preliminary work completed. Who do we assign to it? From the resource sheet, you know we have many resources. Event coordinator. She said event coordinator. To a milestone, you are assigning people to a milestone. Milestone is just symbolic. You don't assign resource to milestone, please. Which page? What do you know? I do that to you. You're not supposed to access that page. Don't be assigning again. Just go here, resources. Okay, so for milestones, there's no resource needed to be allocated. Is that okay? Now let's go to compose playlist. Who do we get for that one? DJ. And then let's also assign event coordinators to within 50%. Because it's one that will communicate that to the entire team. 50% for the event coordinator. Are we fine? I said for compose play, assign DJ, and then assign also event coordinators 50%. Okay, I'll just do one or the other for now. Please, I think I'll beg you. Okay, now let's go to confectionery selected and mobilized. Who do we engage for that one? Confectionaries, are we? Okay. Sorry? And driver for DJ, are we? Sorry, no. Are you okay? Please remove it. It's a mistake. Is that for driver? Are you sure? There's no driver here. Let me view and view the entire program. Where is the driver? I've removed him now. He's not there. So for the confectionery selected, let's choose confectionaries. Now, how much are we paying this guy? For the people that are cost, you put the money here manually. You understand? Remember, when we assign a particular activity or a particular resource as cost, the standard rate over time went over B. Now, when you assign them, you are telling us how much you are paying them for that activity you are allocating them to. Joseph, do you get it? So you put how much you are paying them right there. When it's like I'm paying you as I engage you. You understand? Those guys under cost. So for this particular activity, how much are we paying the confessionaries? SRO now, our ladies that knows about birthday party, SRO. Eh? 20,000. Okay, well, I was told 20,000. My date is the default now. I want to change it. There's no need for this one. This one is a one-off. So compose menu. Who do we engage for this one? Compose menu. Who do we engage for this? Idima. Eh? Food vendors, okay. And event coordinators, okay. Now for the food vendor, how much do we pay them to compose the menu? Remember, they not deliver the job. We are only engaging them to compose the menu. We have not really mobilized them for the job yet. Am I communicating this? So compose menu, how much do we give them? 100,000. Okay. He said, you tell me what, I'm asking you now, you tell me what you do. Your wish is my command because you guys know it now. Okay, drink vendors, okay. Okay, drink vendors. How much do we pay them for this consultancy? Same thing, 100,000, okay. Please, can we have our snacks now? So our voice will still be moving. Power. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so let's move to the next one. Shortlist possible game. Who do you engage for this one? The MC, isn't it? MC. Or game coordinators, oh, sorry. How many? Yes? Sorry? One. Excuse me. Because you put, yeah, 100%. Right. No, it didn't remove it properly.
200.
Something is wrong with the way you enter it there. Go to your resource sheet and correct it. You didn't put it on that cost. You didn't put it on that cost. You understand? Go to your resource. Madam, sit down. Don't worry, we'll come to that one later. Just follow me for now, please. We have so much to do. Yes, of course. If you listen, please, if you wrongly impute your resource sheets, you can't correct it here. You have to go back to your resource sheets and do the correction. Is that okay? You can't correct it here. Here is like you've already entered the data there. It's just picking the information. You understand? Okay. For the possible short games coordinator, how many of them? Madam, for the confectionaries, you didn't enter them as cost. You entered them as work. So, please, no, hold on. Just continue with us, please. Later, you go and do that later. Let's continue with us. So, how many should we put here? 100 or 200? 200, okay. Okay. Now, source and mobilize DJ. DJ, Abi. Let's assign DJ and also let us assign event coordinator. Source and mobilize live band. 100%. Look, just look at the screen, man. A small detail. And take my logo, tell logo. You can move closer to the screen. Okay, source and mobilize DJ. You said driver. Okay. Live. Okay, source and mobilize live band. So who do we allocate? We have done DJ. The next is to do our live band. Who do we get for live band? Live band, yeah? Okay. So for this one, how much do we pay them? Ekene, for live band, how much do we pay them? 100K. Oh boy, you are sure. Ekene, the guy will come. 500. Okay. Select MC and mobilize. Let's look for MC. It is just one MC, isn't it? The guy is collecting 7.2 million. Remember, we put him on 300K per hour, isn't it? And this particular work is 3 days. 7.2 million. 3 days, 7.2 million. This is called available. Now, entertainment complete. So for me, who do allocate for this one? Who? No, she said nobody. Shidima. Entertainment completed. Who do we allocate for this one? Nobody. Eniola. Entertainment completed. They are saying that nobody. Why? It's a milestone. Thank you. Nothing. Sorry? I'm doing what you guys asked me to do. If I have to say that it's there, don't for this purpose of exercise. Let me sync. Is that okay? We'll do that later. Now, logistics. Shortlist and mobilize security outfit. Security outfit. Okay. How many people are we mobilizing? How much are we paying them? Security outfits. 200,000. Okay. For Okay. Do a walk around the venue. Who does that? Event coordinators. How many of them you do that? All of them. 350. Abi? Birthday preparation completed. Who will do that one? Ekene? Birthday preparation completed. 0. You've been coming to this class since when? Since last week. And you are saying that nobody should do the preparation completed. Nobody, and you have been coming here. So all this while I'm wasting my time over on you. Okay. So look at what we have done. Now go up, go up, go up, go up. Have you gone up? Please look at my cursor. Look at my cursor. Come to this right angle. Ayola, please look up, look up. Look at my cursor. AY, look up. Look here. Can you see it, please? Yeah, right click and choose cost. This is a shortcut. There's a longer way to go about it. Cost. Now that tells you the cost of what we are spending. Go up, go up. This is 5 million naira project. 5.01. Okay, then how much did you get? 8 million. NFL. How much did you get? 8 million? Okay. So do you understand now? So we have done the costing. And listen, please. I said, look up, go to the right angle. Okay, I say, look up. You know, look up. No, you know, Sam. You know, Sam. I will say, yeah. Up, yeah. So go up. Go up. So if your project stakeholders agree to this amount, it becomes our baseline. Agbenga, what is the purpose of a baseline? No, sir. We discussed this yesterday. What is the purpose of a baseline? I will ask Shegun now, and Shegun will get it. You see. I put you for the other. Yeah, talk, please. You can't eat that chin in vain. You must answer this question. No, are you not Shegun? You want to deny your name? Oh yeah. What is the purpose of a baseline? Before Daniel reads the entire note that he has. You said? If they ask you this same question outside, please don't call my name. I'm not the one that taught you that one. We said it yesterday that Chidima to what? No, that's end value now. Yeah, what purpose of the baseline? No, that's end value. That's end value. That's end value. To know the minimum requirements. Like for example, now these are our projects. What's the duration? How many days is it? 30. 26 days. That is a baseline for duration. Now for cost, if they accept this cost, it becomes a baseline. It means that, remember, you have not done it. Guys, please listen to me, I beg. You have not done it. Is that okay? You have only planned on what you want to do. So when you now start doing it, Daniel, you're not looking at what you are doing against what you said you would do. Am I clear? That's baseline. If there is no baseline, there won't be any platform to measure performance. So my own budget is 5.01 million. That's the budget. Is that okay? So they're not looking at it for each of the activities. How much did I spend to get the venue? We said we get it for 1.5 billion. It may be less, it may be more. If it is less, then I'm making savings because 1.5 is what is approved. Yes, that okay? Do you get it? So we'll not make this one now our baseline. Now we have a baseline for schedule, so for duration, we have a baseline for cost. Is that okay? Any question, please? I need you to understand this very well. Eniola, what is the purpose of having a baseline? For baselining your project. Why? No, sir. No, now. No. I will ask David now. He just came and he will answer it now. Okay, David, why do you have a baseline? Mm. Okay. Actual. We are spending less. Baseline is like they've told you for this exam, the minimum you can have is 50,000. For this exam, the minimum you can have is 50%. Is that okay? 50% has been approved that this is the pass mark. So when you're now doing the exercise, they're not looking at you. Did she pass or she didn't pass? If that range has not been agreed upon, they won't know whether you're passed or not. Is that okay? The purpose of baseline is to measure performance. Is it clear, please? Not to tell, don't talk about being LTO, Sister Kemi, because of being you. Okay, now let's go back to that angle. Please look up. Please, guys, look up. Please look up, guys. Look up. Go back to that right angle. Can you see it, please? Chidima, can you see it? Right click and go back to entry. We'll still come back to cost. Go back to entry. Now we want to create our baseline. We want to baseline. Excuse me. Now go to format. Click on format. Click on format, please. Everybody click on format. Please hold on, Mr. David. Please, can you copy for Mr. David your current Olamide, copy for Mr. David. So it will be with us. Copy for him, please. Get his own copy. I'll hold on for you for 2 minutes. No. This current one. Please give him the flash drive. But the cake is out. I don't even have to use the cake. Hello. Are we good? Are we waiting for Mr. David? So click on format. Are we there? Format. Are you done? Are you ready? Oga David. Are you ready, sir? Okay. So go to format Then you see baseline here. Click on the drop down for baseline. So for me, why do we set baseline on our projects? To monitor performance, to measure performance. If there's no baseline, there won't be any for performance. Is that okay? So click on the first one, baseline. Click on it. Now, what we have done is that we have set this one as our standard. Or let's make, okay, baseline, go to baseline, and click on baseline, see baseline here. Have you seen it, just baseline? Have you done this? Are you with us? Are you on this page? Get this guy's copy. Allow me the... Okay, fantastic. Thank you, Ayo, thank you. Now, what it means is that this is our baseline. For the project, my own, I'm spending 30 and a half days. For my preliminary work, 7 days. Now, let's go back to our resource sheet. You observe that there are some guys, when you went back there, they are red. Let's go back to resource sheets. Go to view. Go to resource sheet. Now, event coordinators, event power, they are red. Games coordinators is also red. Who can guess what happened? Yeah. You use them. Yeah. Thank you, sir. They have been over allocated. You have used them beyond their capacity. Now, there are 3 ways to resolve this. If your project sponsor, your client is not complaining about money, you can engage more hands. Is that okay? But if complaining about money, if your project client is Ijebu in nature, like someone that I know here, then you have to see a way to juggle around. So let's see that first scenario, our client is not complaining about money. So it means that we need more guys. So this is what you do. Come to the first one, that is 350, increase it to 400 if it change. Make it 400, let's see. Has it changed? It's still red, Abby. Make it 450. It's still red. Make it 500. Still red. Make it 600. Yes, now. Make it 700. So it's 700 now, it's now blue. It means that you need 7 guys. Work for you, it's okay. Whatever works for you, you are okay. It's okay. Now, the essence is that it shows that you need, in my own case, I need 7 event coordinators to work ideally for the activities I've allocated them on. Do you get that, please? For my own, it's 7. For you, it may be 6. And what have you? That one is immaterial. But I need to get that. So what we have done is called leveling. Emeka, I don't see yesterday, what did happen? But you are fine. You don't miss much, no. Welcome. So please bring your system out so that they can copy for you. So it means that particular, guys, can we have one down, please? It means that particular resource is over allocated. So when you resolve that over allocation, it is called leveling. What is it called? Leveling. So leveling can be done by 3 means. Allocating more resources to make it ideal for the people to work. Or number 2, you can reduce their allocation. You go back to where you have allocated them. You can actually remove them and substitute them with somebody else. Like for example, now here we have event coordinators. Do we have anybody like planners or what have you there? Let's say we have vendors, just vendors. So in the place where we have event coordinators, we can actually replace them with somebody else. That's another way of leveling. leveling. Is that okay? Now, the third one is, the third way you can do is that you can actually readjust the sequencing. In a situation, check this out, please. Check this out. Now, in a situation whereby we have activity A and activity B, they are both finish to finish, start to start. And in this place, you have event coordinators. Here, you have event coordinators. Is that okay? Here, you have two. Here, you have two. Before now, that means that they are too much, isn't it? Now, instead of making them start to start, can make them, make this one finish to start. It means that when these guys are done here, they will come here. But initially, they are working together simultaneously, and it's beyond their capacity. So you can actually rejig this, the sequencing and make them work one after the other. Is that okay? So what we have done is leveling. Now, go to our cost. You see that our cost may have been affected by what we did just now. Hold on. Before we go to our cost, let's finish our leveling. Let's go to the... Yes, ma'am. I can level. I should repeat myself. Okay, the first one, you had more resources to them. Now, for the game coordinator, Dan, for the game coordinator, you can see that it is red. What does that mean? Dan. When did you become Dan? Overallocated. Okay. Have you copied the matter? Okay, please copy from so you'll be on a same page with us. So when we say overallocated, what does that mean? That is, you are assigned to do beyond their capacity. Now, how do you resolve this one? This game, how do you resolve it? No, not you said. Don't quote me. Okay, thank you. I think we can engage more hands. That scenario comes into play, provided cost is not an issue. So let's increase the number of coordinators that we have. $150 to me is still red. 200 is no longer red. So it means that we need two coordinators for this particular event. Is that okay? Okay. So let's go back to our Gantt chart. Go back to our Gantt chart, please. Now look at your cost. Let's view the cost. Now let's look at the cost. But you only look at cost. Go to this right angle, right click, and then cost. Now my own cost is unaffected. Is your cost affected? Okay, so that means that you can still maintain that baseline. Now, in some situation, Chidima, when you are doing a project, when you are doing a project, it is not impossible due to changes. You have three types of changes, isn't it? You have three forms of changes, and you'll give me one. You have three forms of change, three types of changes in projects. Quickly, Mark, quickly. Hey, can you see now? I cannot get it now. You see? Yeah, I can. Yeah, I can. Don't disappoint me. Yeah, Benga. We have three types of changes in projects. Guys, are we in here? We have corrective action, we have preventive action, and we have. I didn't mention it. Okay. I thought I did. Okay. Now, in projects, no project is void of change. There is no project that is done by human being that is executed 100% as planned. It's not possible. Is that okay? Things will come up that you didn't see coming up. Is that okay? So there are three forms of changes. Three forms of changes. We have what we call corrective action. We have preventive action. Then we have defect repair. These are the three forms of changes that we have. Corrective action. So 1 second, please. You're going to Madu. I'm Eh? Let's go. My family are greeting you. Uncle you. So we have now. This is preventive action. Madam, are you okay? Okay. Chidima, this preventive action. The project is yet to start. Listen. The project is yet to start. You have only done your plan. So for me, you have only done your plan. Now you are yet to move to execution. Now you now go for a review of what you have planned. You are yet to move on to execution. You now call for a review of what you have planned. Now, during the course of reviewing what you have planned, part of the people that came for that review session now suggested or made correction to what you have planned. Am I communicating, please? And what they suggested actually makes more sense or is more cost effective than what you put on table. So to now effect that change, a change request has to be generated. What do I call it? Change request. So that change request is not what you now use to effect that, particularly if that plan has been approved. If the plan has been approved, but because you want other eyes to look at it. Am I communicating? So when they now look at it, this thing, instead of using 4 inches, let's use 6 inches. To now effect that change, you raise a change request. That change request at that stage is called preventive action. Sorry? Tell him now. So to effect that change is called preventive action. You have not done anything. It is the most cost-effective change request you can think of. It's not costing you anything. It's like you have done the design for your house, and then I want to build a duplex. Abi, in Jesus' name. Okay. Now you want to build a duplex. You have engaged your architect to do that for you. Is that okay? Now, before you now move to site to start the construction, you now call your engineer's friends. You call your other architects to look at what your architect has done. Now, during the course of reviewing what is done, this building does not have room for laundry. There should be a laundry room. Or put a laundry room into it. That kind of change request is what? A preventive action. You understand? It's still at the design, at the planning stage. Now, the second one is called corrective action. Olamide, you're already working. You're already doing the project. Now, during the course of doing the project, you now observe that what you are doing is actually not aligned with your design, with your plan. So right there, within yourself, you now said, okay, guys, let's make a change request to correct this anomaly, this mistake. So that correction is called corrective action. Menga, you're already working, you're in execution already. Am I clear, please? Now, the defect repair is this. Joseph, in his mind, has finished the job. Let's say Joseph is one to the job. Mecca, you can relate with this. Defect repair. I want to defect repair. Joseph has finished the job. Emeka has done everything. Now the client now comes. Okay, Emeka, we said you should use deluxe paint. This paint is presidential. Please, we don't want this paint. Is that okay? But that change request at that time is called defect repair. It's the most expensive because you have done everything according to you, but the client, based on what is documented, not based on what he thinks. On what is what? They feel that Emeka did not use Dulux, and they could test it and verify that Emeka actually did not use Dulux to paint the house. So they now ask him, Oga Emeka, please change paints to Dulux as what? As agreed. That is a defect repair. No, thank you. Thank you for that question. Now, if Emeka is the one that defaulted, he will bear the cost. But another one is this. They could say, America, even though we agree to use Dulux, but we have now found another paint called Super Dulux. America aligned with what they wrote, but they now say that they want something more. In that situation, they bear the cost. But for the one that America didn't follow what was documented, I bear the cost. Do you get it now? Yes. Yeah, please, guys, let's listen, please. Guys, it's one house. Yes, sir. Yeah. Ooh, ow. What? No, that one is not a change request. That one is natural disaster. Is that okay? No. Okay. You command the wall to rise up by itself. Look at this brother. Of course, you pay for it. Now the question is, if he's a very shrewd client, he will test what I've done as standing. If what I've done as standing is up to the strength that it ought to be, he can negotiate. But if he tests it and see that everything is shambles, you pay. That's what is done in oil and gas. Hold on, please. If something happened in an oil and gas project, they will look at the areas that didn't fail. They will subject it to the test as stated in the test plan. If those things are passed, they can ask, okay, guys, okay, let's talk. But if those things fail, or you're... Yes, sir.
Based on collective action, if building a project and space being occupied by
Markup.
how the let's say that building wants to build a house and the already designed the architect have already designed, so there is no more space. And the,
No more space. Oh, I don't understand.
let's say they want to use half plots for it to do it. And the deals are
Design.
designed, so there was no more space according to the design. So and the owner of the house now found that I want something to do here. So what is going to
You should go and buy more land. Would the architect create land? You won't create land now. You know what? As a project manager, please listen. As project, either a planner or a manager, anytime you are talking with your project client or your stakeholders, you don't talk with word of mouth. You talk with documents. Is that okay? Documents. This is design that was approved. From the design, from the wall to the fence, there's no way we can squeeze anything in. Except you want to increase the stories. You want to make it maybe only one story. If you make it 2 story, if it's yes, then we have to work on the foundation again. You understand? Please, project managers, that's why we have collapsed buildings everywhere. People just agree to all kinds of stuff. If initially the design was for a story building, now you want something more, and there is no space. Okay, let's make it 2-story building. Sir, we have to work on the foundation. Or God forbid, one day the house will collapse on your head because the foundation was designed for 1 story. So any change request to that effect, you have to look at the cost consequence. Now, for change requests, these are the factors you look at. Number 1, look at the cost impact. What's the impact of the change on my project? What's the impact on scope? Let me type it out. Impact on cost, impact on scope, impact on safety, impact on stakeholders' reaction. What's the stakeholders' reaction? How would they react to it? Cost, safety, scope, stakeholders' reaction. What's the impact on your schedule? What's the impact on the quality of your deliverables? And finally, does it have any impact on your risk value? I'm going to risk right down because we'll spend more time talking about risk. Risk value, yeah, risk. Okay, now let us assume that the project is about to start. Is that okay? Now, there's a way you have to do what we call tracking. Remember, you cannot track if you don't have a baseline. You'll be tracking the air. My track attack me. You can only track when you have your baseline set. Am I clear, please? You can only track when you do what? Have your baseline set. Am I clear, please? So let's go on, please. So let's start tracking. Now, we want to track compose guest list. We'll do 2 or 3, and then you do the rest yourself. Emeka, you came late, so I should have your attention. Okay, now double click on compose get list. Now you see this particular stuff popping out in your system. Am I clear, please? So here, go to start date. Now the start date, according to what we said we will do, it's supposed to start on the 8th. Now if it did not start on, let's say it started on the 9th, you change the start date here to on the 9th. Remember, our baseline says, when is it starting? No, this particular activity. Compose guest list. Hold on. Now, I will double click here. Thank you. Our start date is 1st of August. Let's say for whatever, let's say we are now in the execution phase. Am I clear, please? And then we started, doing things. Now, for whatever reason, when we plan to start is on the 8th, isn't it? Let's say we now started a day late. Let's say we start on the 2nd. Now put 2nd on that start date, please. Is that okay? Now, when you've done that, click OK. Now, for you to know the status of your tracking, come to this right angle here. Madam, you're not doing again, no? Memory is up. Okay. Please come here. Follow her here, please. You can't be here like that. So come here and then click on tracking. Click on tracking. Now, with this one, it gives you the opportunity to enter, see the actual start date. The actual, so for our own compose guest list, put the actual start date there. Put the date as on the 2nd of October. So 2nd of August. 2nd of August. August, yeah. Put 2nd of August there, please. Now, let's put the actual finish date. Let's put the actual finish date to be... Yes? Yes, thank you. It will alter, yeah. I want to show you something so that you see your actual against your baseline. It will alter. Right now, we are entering the actual. We are moving from planned to execution. So we're not putting what is really going down. We plan to start on the 1st. On the 1st, there was a rainfall. People could not leave their house like happened the other day. You understand? And there was no network for virtual meetings, so we could not compose any guest list. So because of that one, we have to defer to start the following day. Remember, we plan to start on the 1st. But because of rainfall, We now started on the 2nd. Of course, it will alter everything about your project. But now, after doing all that, you can now go back to your baseline. It will now show you the disparity between your baseline and your reality. Am I clear, please? Is it clear? Other Lawrence, is it clear? Is it clear, sir? Okay. Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. It's not clear. Okay, listen, because you are doing something else. Okay, initially, we have done our schedule, isn't it? Abi? We have done our schedule, and we came to the fact that the project will take us 30 days and a half. Abi? That's the schedule. Then, in terms of cost, it will cost us 5.015 million, isn't it? 5.001 million. Now, we now baseline that. The client agreed, we agreed that this is what it will cost us. Then we baseline it. If there is no baseline, you can't measure performance. So we are now assuming that the project now has now started. Let's say now we are now in August. The project has now started. Now, for composed guest list, we plan to start the activity on the 1st of August, isn't it? But for some reason, there was a rainfall, there was issues. We could not meet to compose guest list. Is that okay? We now started the guest list, let's say on the 2nd. So on the 2nd now, when you come here, and you click tracking, this is what you have here. Now, here, you enter the actual, not when you planned. What we planned is already saved. When you enter the actual, you will now go back to your baseline. It will now show you the variances. It will now show you plan to start on the first two, but you start on the 2nd. The system does not know the reason why. So you cannot capture the reason why. It's for you to document that in your reports as a project manager. The system only takes data and analyzes it. Am I clear, please? Am I clear? So we plan to start on the 1st. We have done our plan, in June. The project started on the 1st. That is the actual execution. Now, when we started to execute, we couldn't start on the 1st. For whatever reason, there was a rainfall. Victoria said that if he will not leave his house today because the limo is not ready, and so on and so forth. Abi, am I right? So here, you now enter the actual date that you started, not the date that you planned. Here also, you now enter the date that you finish. Now check this out, please check this out. Now look at here, you have percentage complete. Here you have physical completion. Now this is the difference. You know that this activity is 5 days. Now, let's say you are entering your data on the 3rd day. On the 3rd day here, what's 3 out of 5? That's 60%, Abi. So you put here 60% of the time spent. But what you put here is the actual work that is done. Let me come again. I should come again, Abi. You are shaking your head. Isaac, you are shaking your head. We are entering the nitty-gritty now. This is what makes you a planner. You're not seeing it. Oh, okay. Okay. Oh, okay. I get you. Okay, let me be here. Okay. I get you now. Okay. Now, do you know how we got here? Emeka, you know how we got here? Emeka, you know how we got here? Okay. This is our, let me go back. This is the normal display, isn't it? Isaac, this is normal display. Now, we want to start tracking now. We want to start entering data that depicts the reality. We are planned. America, these are planned. We are baseline it. Is that okay? We are baseline it. Baseline means that this is what the client and yourself agreed to do. We agreed to spend 30.5 days on this project. In terms of cost, we agree, let me see. In terms of cost, We agreed to spend 5.01 million. That's our baseline. Now, we now want to start doing what we plan to do. Remember, planning precedes execution, isn't it? So now we want to now start entering the real data. Now you come here, you come to this right angle, you right click on it and you click on entry. Sorry, you click on tracking. Now, this is where you enter your data. In this place, you enter the actual date you started composing guest list. Here, we started on the 2nd. Is that okay? And then we now finish. Let's say we now finish this particular activity. You enter the date that you finished it. You know, you come here to update regularly. It could be every day or every other day. Now, let's say we are updating this thing at the 3rd day. You can't put finish there because that activity has not finished. Is that okay? So let's say we have this is our 3rd day. Here we'll put 30% that we have spent 30% of the time, 60% of the time at the time we speak. So it means that we have spent 60% of the time. We have spent 3 days out of the 5 days. Now, in the next column that shows physical completion, that one you now enter. Let's say you plan to compose 200 lists. The list you want to compose should have 200 people in it. Am I clear, guys? Now, as at the 3rd day, you have only written 50 lists, 50 guys. How many have you done? You have only done maybe 1/3. Sorry, not 25%. Is that okay? Even though you spend 60% of the time, but the actual work that is done is what? 25%. So this is what you capture here in this physical completion. Am I clear, guys? Am I clear? So, because your project is actually measured by the work done, not by time spent. It is possible that you could have spent, you could be in day 4 and you could have finished the project. Even though you plan to spend 5 days in it, you may start late, but you may finish early. Am I clear, please? Any question? Ekene, you have a question? What's the question? Oh, it's okay. Say. Go for me. Joseph. Sister Kemi. Pastor Yom. Sorry, Pastor Yom. Guru. Show me on Guru lórúkọ ẹ̀ sí yàn. Chidima. You are good. Enola. You are good. Okay. Shagun, are we good? Benga, are we good? Okay. So for your project, what you have done is basically that we have entered up to the baseline. Now let's see what we can do with end value. I will show you end value. Did I open end value here on day 1? For those who didn't come on day 1, or your okay. So come here. Right click, click on more tables, and then go for end values. Go for end value. Oh. Just click on end value. Okay, just scroll up and click on end value. The cost and the schedule. That I taught you cost variance, Abi. So if you want to look at just cost, you pick those ones. So just click on end value. I should come again. Remember that I'm also human. Okay, let's go back. Okay, now you come to this right angle. Click on more tables. Then look for end value. Scroll up. Now, if you want to just look at the cost, you go for cost indicators. If you want to just look at the schedule, go for schedule indicator. But let's look at it generically. Is that okay? So click on end value and click apply. So you can see the end value schedule variance. All these things will come up as you update your document. In some situation, because maybe a project is for 3 days, and then you now use 2 days for that project, it will show you the variance here. Am I clear? That what you plan to spend 20,000, no, but because you are quick, you are able to spend 15,000. Is that okay? Everything will be indicated here, but it's a function of the accuracy of the data that you enter in. The main thing is to go to that tracking and be entering the right data. Is that okay? In project management, you don't cover up things. So if you cover up things, that thing that you're covering up, later after a period of time, your hand will not be able to will not be able to cover it. Is it clear? Are we good? Okay. Now let's go to reporting. How to generate reports. How you can generate reports? Don't worry, we'll soon be done. We'll be done in the next 30 minutes max. So that'll be the end of Microsoft project. Okay. Now, okay, go to project. Please go to project. Pastor Yomi, please go to project. Isaac, go to project. Ask me to come back home. Chidima, go to project and then click on report. Report is on the far right. Click on report. Now, as you can see, there are so many reports that can be generated. You can generate reports on cost, on your actual, on the so let's look at assignments. Assignment. Select. Now, on this assignment is all about your resources. It indicates who is doing what. Let's look at who does what. Click on who does what. Select it. So you can actually magnify it. So it shows you each of the resources, what they are doing, the activities that you have allocated to them to work on. You understand? Like you can see, the event coordinators are the busiest. Then we have graphic. Here you can see the reports. You can see it's magnified now. Magnify it. Don't squint. Don't squint. Don't squint. Magnify it. So you see that event coordinators, these are the activities they're working on. And for each of the activities, you can see the units that is allocated to them. Now, when we start doing the costing, you can also show the cost. Sorry? And magnify it down. Click on the magnifying command. Chidima, please help me with that. Hold on, just hold on, please. Have you magnified this? And that's max. So if you want to know how your resources are distributed, Daniel, this is where you go to. If you think that Isaac is not working enough, you look at here, Isaac is just doing one job and he's shouting. You go back to your schedule and you reallocate him instead. Yeah. you make him work his money. Hold on, guys. As you can see the date. We can now go to another report. Let's exit this one. Let's exit it. Go back to reports. Go back to reports. Go back to assignments. Now select. Now you can see who does what when. You can see to-do list. To-do list only comes up when you've started tracking. Isaac, to-do list is when you have actually started tracking or updating your schedule. Is that okay? That's when the to-do list can come up. Am I clear, guys? So you choose the appropriate report for the appropriate stage of the project. Let me come again. You choose the appropriate report for the appropriate stage of the project. Now let's go to cost. Let's go to cost. Now let's click on cost. Cost. Click on cost. Select. Now in the cost, look at your budget. Let's look at your budget. Click on your budget and select. Magnify it, please. Okay. So you can see your budget. You can see how much each of the activity is costing. America, I wish you came yesterday. You have this one we just apply for a project straight up. So you can see here that the activities, all the activities, how much they are costing us, all the way. Now, right now, because we have not started updating it, the variance is still positive. But look at the one that we did. Check out this one. Now, remember we updated compose list, isn't it? Number 3. Come down, compose guest list. That one has given us what? The actual. As at the time of reporting. Alamide, can you see it? Menga, can you see it? The composed guest list, because that's the only one that you updated, Joseph. That one has given us the actual. You can see it. Hopefully, you can see it, Abby. So as you continue to update and update your activities, this list continues to what? Thank you. Thank you. Is that okay, guys? Okay, or should I come back? I can come back. Where should I start from? From the project. I'll need coke. How we do what? To the cost. Okay. Go to reports. Cost. Go to reports. Then go to cost. Then you go to what's next? Budget. Go to cost. Have you seen it? You are in cost. Now go to budget. Have you seen budget? Yeah. No, yeah. Let's say cash flow. So this tells you cash flow. But maybe one doesn't. It's 2010, isn't it? Huh? It's 2010. This is the updated. So that's possible. This one is on. Is it? Okay. What it shows because it's total. Hold on, let me see. Let's do it. But your own is not coming like this. Yes. Okay, oh, no, because, okay, go. Go to reports. Okay, go to cost. Okay, go to end value. Because no, because there's no place that was no place as attached to this. Because it has to come for him to apply as a place. You have printers, you have PDF, you have it. What's your PDF as a printer? Yeah. So let me say one, sir. Was it what I remember? But you have, all of them have it. Okay, I guess it. No, not so long. It's the version. It's the version. Okay. So you generate your reports as your what's it called, as your project demands. Is it clear, please? So after that, in case there is a change and the change alters your baseline, what do? You impute the change and you go back to baseline and you save down as baseline 1 or 2 or 3. So there may be reasons for you to change your baseline. It is not out of place. If a change is approved, now, when do we have corrective action? Mr. Gbenga, when do we have corrective action? You want to even confuse me that I said it. Yeah. No. Execution is at execution. Preventive is at planning. Preventives are planning. This boss almost confused me. Is that okay? So if there is a change and your schedule is altered, please you have to rebaseline. Is that okay? Yeah. I think that is that about Microsoft projects. So what I'll do is I'll send you a project. Yes? Achukwu. Yes, you are. Yeah, please correct me. Yes, you have. So you want to go back and go back. Budget now, see, this is the budget. Okay, now this is the budget. No, this is the budget. Oh, sorry. This is that. This is system clean. How much you buy? Eh? Talk now, I like. He said, okay. The guy did a good thing. Yeah. Just click on go to cost. So your budget is there. Go up. This guy didn't enter the budget here. The budget should be here. It should be here. See, this is total cost. Go. shown you enter. He hasn't entered the first time. Please go. Your picture should be here. It should be here. He didn't update it. It's not the current one. I'll copy my own for you. Is that okay? Please, yeah. Definitely. Yeah, yes, sir. Mm. Now, if your adjustment does not alter your schedule, no need to change the baseline. But if the schedule is now adjusted, let's say for example now, an activity that will be 50 days is now suddenly 70 days. Is that okay? Your schedule has changed. So once you enter make it 70 days, you have to baseline it. But if the change does not affect your schedule, leave it. No, if you affect the cost, you change. You know, you baseline both the schedule and the cost. Is that okay? Anything that alters the original baseline, you resave it as a new baseline. Is it clear, please? Okay. Okay. Okay, guys. I think that is that about Microsoft project. So when we start Primavera is the main thing. This is just introduction. Is the cocoa, is the crux. So when do we start Primavera? Remember, I'm human being. No, we can't start next week. For mental health. Everything that is mental health. Sorry? No, you can't enter. That's specific. Okay, we update you on the platform. If we don't start, next week is very slim for me because I need to rest. That's the truth. So he's saying yes, sir, because he's traveling. What's next week? What's next Saturday? What day is this? 27. That's a mountain, isn't it? Okay. We're having convention the first week. So we'll start, hopefully, by God's grace, if I'm in town, we'll start, the week after convention. Is that okay? No, we'll start on the 17th. Is that so? Most likely, please put this date in your back of mind, 17th. Is that okay? For those who will be coming for Primavera that didn't come now, what you have learned, give us an advantage over them. Is that okay? Okay, thank you very much for coming. God bless you. So when do we set the projects to you guys? The projects. No, not now. Okay, I'll send you during the week. I'll give you a schedule for you to do, and then you send it to me. Then the ones that did well, I'll send you the certificates. No, I'll send to your WhatsApp. Online. What's our online certificate? Okay, you want to print it? Sorry? No, I'll give it. You print it out yourself now. I'll print it for you. No, so do you want me to print it for you? Chidima, you want me to print it for you? After eating on my cake. Okay, guys, thank you. Yeah, I will send the slides to you to your WhatsApp. I'll send it. I can. Let me send it now. Yes, sir. Okay. Let me see. I don't know why. One is strange.
Is it that you didn't instruct correct?
No, I did not. I did not. Same to you. All the glory to God. The first thing is going to the report. The first thing. Yes. Friday. Friday. When Saturday. Friday is involved. More room as well. I didn't see. Because normally reports should be here. Sorry, babe. Friday. No, no, no. I'm not coming. That you know that.